Hello and welcome to episode 14. Today it's all about you are no longer limited by your bank balance. I want to just pause real quick and say thank you so much to my YouTube community for hanging in there with me. And I'm so happy to really be live. And I think we've got it all figured out. And I'm excited. I have a special thing coming just for you viewers at the end today. So this show began as a way for me to share tips on how to begin flipping the easiest type of property, land. Why? Because we all know there's money to be made in real estate and most people are doing it wrong. Well, whether you're getting started in real estate or anything else, the getting started part can be the hardest. I'm Jill DeWit, co-founder of Land Academy, and together with my partner, Stephen Jack Bitala, have completed close to 16,000 real estate transactions of all property types. Every Wednesday now at 4 o'clock Pacific time, I'm here to help you get started flipping land or possibly tackle something else that's not getting done. Before I dive in today, I want to share a little something that I got, an email that I received, Stephen and I received today. And this is just one of those awesome affirmations about why I'm here. So I printed it out. I highlighted the important things, and I just want to take a moment and share this with you because this really kind of sums up who we are and why we're here. And I'll do my best not to cry. I have to say that every time. It happens when I get these. I just love these. Hi, Stephen Jill. I recently had a conversation with an associate and friend regarding various opportunities we had experienced over the years. We became friends as a result of participating in a $30,000 option trading continuing education program. Both of us had had numerous experiences with many types of coaching, training, and self-improvement educational programs. He is aware of my real estate success and experience with Land Academy as a result of many casual conversations. I explained, unlike many of the other comparatively expensive programs, Land Academy and its founders provide real value, delivering an abundance of relevant information, resources, and support to their clients. I further explained that you, Jill and Steve, have a genuine interest in the success of their students, and that in my nearly 60 years have never found a program that offered such a great amount of value and ROI. This morning, he called me back with his wife on the line and asked if I thought he could be successful using the Land Academy program. I replied that the only way for you to fail is to pay for the program and not use it. My partner and I joined Land Academy in late 2017 and have used the program to acquire more than 20 properties with an average gross profit of $42,000 during 2018. Our plans for 2019 are to focus on acquisitions, sales, and outsourcing, all in Land Academy 2.0, which will dramatically increase our volume moving forward. Thank you for all the insight and inspiration. So I had to pause and share that. And what I have to further follow up with on that is a couple hours ago, I did my normal Facebook Live show. And on the Facebook Live show, the person who reached out to our member was there. So his name is Caesar. If you're watching here, Caesar, I saw you had a call scheduled with my team. I'm so glad. I know enrollment's closed. I asked them to kind of lift the ban and let you in if you want to start doing it this weekend. So I just want to say, it's amazing how this happens. It just really came in this morning and this guy was here, and I'm so happy to be doing this stuff. And Steve and I talked about this the other day. I'm very off topic here, but I'm so happy we're here and providing this and really changing people's lives. People have told me that, colleges are paid for and mortgages are getting paid for and lives are different because they found us and they can, flip land and do what they want to do. So I'm so happy. So I want to talk about today, I'm talking about you are no longer limited by your bank balance. So last week, I explained Land Academy deal funding, and today I want to share how this can help every new investor and give some insight into the great deals that we're doing. So unless you have saved money or some version of a rich relative, you are limited when you're starting investing and buying properties. And I don't want to push anyone, into pursuing an expensive, high interest rate form of borrowing money, because all that does is provide unnecessary pressure on getting deals done. That's never the right way. And until now, that left new investors able only to send offers to purchase properties based on what they could afford, and then often running out of acquisition funds and potentially missing out on great deals. That even happened to me at one time. I'm sending out my offers and I have more deals than I can handle, and only, now and then some great home run would land in my lap, and I'm having to juggle my acquisition funds to get deals done. And sometimes I think I lost some because I couldn't act on them fast enough. So that's why we are here, and we have decided to fund your deals. You do not have to be a Land Academy member. This is for everyone. And let's face it, we know how to teach others to source incredible deals. We know how to quickly review a great deal, and we know this asset type and how to make money fast. We want you to be able to ramp up fast and add that zero to your deals. So that means no need to keep sending offers for $500 to $1,000 price properties. I'm telling you now, we want you to go ahead, add a zero, like I said, and send offers for those $10,000 and higher price properties. Land Academy is here to show you how, because you are no longer limited by your bank balance. So now I'm going to show you, I'm going to switch to a spreadsheet. I want to show you what's on my plate this week, a little more about the deals that I am reviewing. And I'm going to give you a little insight into one deal in particular, just kind of show you what's possible here. So here we go. So here is my spreadsheet of the deals that I am working on right now this week. As you can see on the left, they're from all over the country. I've got Colorado, Virginia, California, Texas, Ohio, Arizona. I've got acreage ranging from 5 acres all the way up to, actually even smaller, I got 0.28 acres, all the way up to 40 acres. I have purchase prices ranging from just shy of $7,000 all the way up to $150,000. And then I have the estimated sale price. This is my favorite part. After we look at these, and this is what we look at, the purchase price, sales price, the value of the property, and then we decide to pull the trigger. So these are, as you can see, I have some real home runs in here. And this is coming in, these are not my deals. This is what's submitted to me this week on my Land Academy deal funding. So as you can see, I've got, everything from $6,900, looks like it's worth $38,000, standing to make $31,000, amazing ROI. $15,000 purchase price, $39,000 sale price, $23,000 profit, 152% ROI. It's amazing, amazing numbers. $50,000 purchase price, worth about $500,000. This one's off the charts. It's just amazing. But the big picture is, I'm going to show you at the bottom. So all together in these properties, I'm looking at outlaying $464,000 to make $1.6 million, which I'm looking at a profit of $1,173,000 and almost $1,174,000 with an average ROI of 250%. So this is what's going on with our deal board. And this is why I totally changed my job description this month and overseeing this whole side of our business, Land Academy deal funding. So now I'm going to show you a little more about one deal in particular. And this, by the way, what I'm going to show you here is what Stephen does all day long. So when the deals come in, when you go to Land Investors or Land Academy and you put in deal funding and you submit your deal, it immediately sends out a blast to many people on my team, myself and Stephen included. Stephen loves these. This is his favorite thing on the planet. Doesn't matter what's happening. He's on his phone looking up these properties. And so I'm kind of showing you a little bit about what he looks at and what he does to give you an idea. But it's comical. He loves this. So this property is in Virginia. It's 5 acres near West Point. We have it in escrow for $11,500, and we expect to wholesale it for $75,000. Now, I'm going to show you a little bit of the area and again what Stephen does, but I can't get too into the actual APN yet and the actual street, but you can just kind of get an idea of what's going on here, and I'll show you some comps so you can see. So down here, let me move this over. So here is West Point, Virginia. I'm going to zoom out. Talk about gorgeous and green and just a beautiful part of the country. Let's see here. The actual property is kind of up in this area up here. So now I'm going to kind of zoom in and I'm going to drop a little guy down at Street View so you just kind of get an idea of what's going on in this area too and see why these properties are so valuable. So let's see. I'm just kind of picking a little random spot here where I can get a good street view. All right. All right, let's see if this will do it right here. All right, how cool is this? We got agriculture things going on. Got like a house, a farm over here, and the property that we're buying is on a paved road, so you can kind of just get an idea of what goes on out here and what you can do. Look how far they set back their home. You know, they have a nice big chunk of land. Here's another one over here. You know, they probably have multiple acres. It's real similar to what can be done with the property that we are purchasing right now. Let's give you another view here. Just pretty blue sky, and this isn't even more of the more woodsy parts. There are parts of this that are have a lot more woods, and you can see the tree line back here. And actually, the property is not on this road. It's a little further back that we're purchasing, so it does have more trees kind of going right up to the property. So now I'm going to show you another thing, another check that we go through. And that is looking at some comparable properties. So I already put in West Point, Virginia. Here I'm on realtor.com. It's a great place that even for land that you could look at to get some idea of what the property values are, what things are selling for. So as you can see, I'm going to show you property type. Didn't want to. There we go. Property type, I filled in land because that's what I want to zero in on here. So I'm just going to kind of scroll down and show you 0.74 acres for $23,009. And this is in the city that it's in, West Point. So you can see why my 5 acres could easily be worth $75,000. Here's 0.45 acres for $19,900. I'm going to try to get some larger parcels to look at. Well, here's 0.8. Goodness, $30,000. Here's 1 acre, $32,900. So this is kind of things. There's 1.1 acre, $34,950. So this gives you a good idea of what's going on here. 0.62 acres, $35,000. So that gives you a great idea of what goes on here, property values, and how we're pricing it and what we're going to do with this property. So now I'm going to go ahead and open this up to question and answer. And I have right here with me, I am ready for your questions. So please enter them in. This is your time. Ask away. I'd love to answer anything about what I'm talking about today. If you want to ask about Land Academy deal funding, and if you have any questions about what kind of deals that we would fund, anything you want to know about that, what goes into it, you want to ask about Land Academy itself, ask away. So I've got one right here. Let's see. I think it's just greetings. So you know what? Thank you, Lonely Prepper Homestead. You have been my most patient person, and I so appreciate that. I've watched you as we have attempted to do YouTube Live. We try to do it at the same time with Facebook in many different ways, and you were so patient and there for everyone, I think. So we found that I think this is the best way. We'll just have our own show for you, and at the end, don't forget I have something awesome that I'm gonna do here. All right, so answer. There's a question coming in from my team actually, because I have questions. Cause sometimes I get them in filtered in different ways, and I'm sharing them here so everybody can benefit. What are some of the things that Land Academy is looking for when you review deals to partner? All right. Well, the first thing is the deal, the quality of the deal. That's number one. I've got to have a great purchase price. I've got to have great comps. Ideally want enough in there where we're splitting it up so you and I each make no less than $10,000. So like a buy for 10, sell for 40, you and I are going to split $30,000. It's perfect. That's what I look for. And that's about the deals. When I'm looking for the partner, I do want to see someone that has a track record. You don't have to be a member of Land Academy, but I'd like to see that you have your own land selling site. I'd like to see that you have bought and sold some properties, and have an idea of how you want to best market the property that we're going to fund for you. Excellent. Let's see what else. I'm saying what else while I'm waiting for some more questions to pop in here. What was I going to say about the deals all over the country? Size does not make a difference, whether it's even an infill lot or large acreage, small acreage. We are open to funding all types of deals. So I'm really, really happy about that. Hi, Richard. I have people just kind of saying hello and checking in. So that's really nice. I'm glad to see you here. So if you haven't seen me before, Land Academy is all about teaching other people to buy and sell rural vacant land and also infill lots. And we're also going into teaching houses and House Academy coming out. And then who knows? We've talked about doing Mobile Academy, which will teach mobile home parcels, and then maybe even other property types. I don't want to overstep my bounds and promise anything yet, because there's a lot that we could do. Because we do ourselves buy and sell land and properties of all types, including houses, all over. So we can help with everything. We just kind of started with rural vacant land as we rolled out Land Academy. We thought, hey, let's even see if A, anybody really wants to know, and B, how good are we at conveying our message and getting it out there. And who knew? It worked. And we did a great job, and the program's awesome, and our members are killing it. And so now we're taking it to the next level. So that's what's coming up. So, here we go. Let's see. Here's another message that's coming through from my team. I've been learning from someone else on the side, but I think I'm missing some pieces. Can you help me? The answer is yes. We have a lot of members that came to us from other uh, programs or tools or sources or people out there, mentors, if you will, teaching them to buy and sell land and other types of properties. And often they came to us for two reasons. One is support, and well, actually three reasons. One is support. They needed to get some questions answered and need a little more needed guidance and help. We're able to provide that. Two is access to all the tools, data and things like that, and cheap mail, which we have. We can help with all those tools. We are either licensed providers or have created and provide you access to all the tools that you need to get the data and scrub the data and get the offers out and do your due diligence and look up properties, post properties, market properties, everything that's needed we're able to do for you now. And then the third thing that people came to us to was growing the business. And it's I have a lot of members in Land Academy that started with other programs. It was really great for getting their feet wet and understanding how to do a transaction. But when they were ready to, turn up the gas and, go at this and, make it their full-time thing, that's where we stepped in. We were able to help them show how to grow their business and ramp it up. And, Land Academy deal funding is just, one of the pieces that you need to turn it up a little bit. All right. Hey. Hello, Ben. Ben asks, if a deal doesn't meet your criterions for a $10,000 profit, what's the best place to submit that deal, the deal board or elsewhere? Great question. So if it doesn't meet our criteria, we are putting together a plan where it's either going to go to the deal board, which is actually going to become Land Tank. So it'll go there and then that's probably where it's going to get funded by someone else within our group. So I guess that kind of answers it right there. So in the meantime, do what you're doing. Use a deal board. If I know someone in our group, by the way, that is a perfect candidate to fund some deals that we pass on, like I do that right now with Justin. There's deals that come to me that don't quite meet our criteria. So I'll let you know, hey, this doesn't work for us. Here's why. But I'm going to forward it to Justin at Plum Investments, Justin Sleva, one of our members, who's also helping fund people. And we do it back and forth. And I'll let you know. So great question. Let's see. I love this. This is coming through my team. Do we get to talk to you about our deals? Heck yeah. I love talking about deals. Steven talks about deals all day long. One of the things that we do on our weekly member calls is make it available if you want to submit a deal, and it's a closed webinar group. And it's not available to the public, so it's just us, so we can really talk numbers and share APNs and get into more detail here. But if you want to talk about a deal and say, we often will call it, would you do this deal time, but we open that up to our members and we encourage that because it's a learning experience for everyone, where you get to ask Stephen, hey, Stephen, here's the state county APN. I can buy it for this price. I think it'll sell for this price. Would you do this deal? And Stephen will go right there and show everybody in that webinar all about the deal, and we'll talk about it, and everyone learns. So great question. Ben asks, is Justin or Plum Investing funding deals as well still? Yep. We've all confirmed, Ben, that not only are there enough properties to go around, there's enough deal funding to go around. Justin and I just had a half-hour phone call yesterday, as a matter of fact, and we both, kind of laughed about how we're in a healthy way, we're each keeping up with our deals, and we're both funding as fast as we can, and everybody's working together. That's how this group is. So excellent question. Hello, Lonely Prepper Homestead, asking, realistically, just starting out, how much should we expect, ballpark guess, to invest in doing research and making offers? offers? Love this question. So doing research and making your offers. To me, this is sounding like a time thing, and I understand this is a big one because you can get caught over analyzing, and I don't want that. I would really, especially if you have a full-time job and you're just starting out, I recommend spending one weekend, 1 month, allocating one weekend to picking a county, researching the area, and how I want you to do this is you're going to pick like 5 counties. You have a bunch of different counties that you've already thought about, started to look at. So I want you to spend all weekend diving deeper into those counties and using all the steps that we share and to help you know what to look for. And as you're going through that weekend, by Sunday night, one's going to rise to the top. And that's all I want you to do. Then the next weekend, so just think about, I don't know, 4 to 8 hours, let's just say. That's what you put into it because you have a life too on the weekend. You want to have some fun. So then the next weekend, now I want you to put another 4 to 8 hours in pricing, downloading the data and pricing those offers to get them ready to go into the mail. So I don't want you to spend too much, too little. And that's the best thing too. The best thing you can do is start in, do what we said, don't overanalyze it, don't spend too much time. Get those offers in the mail. And then once the calls start coming in, you'll know if you did it right, you'll know if you did it wrong, you'll make some tweaks. And I'll tell you, every single time someone said, I obviously overpriced them, everyone called me back. They still were able to, okay, fine. When they got the people that called back, they picked the ones they wanted. They came back to the sellers and said, I made a mistake. The property's really worth this. This is what I can pay. Are you in? Kind of thing. They still walked away with deals. And even the reverse side, I've had a lot of members that sent out their offers, did a great job, and they're like, oh my gosh, all I got was a bunch of hate. Nobody wanted to talk to me. This stinks. They were all mad. But in the end, what happened? I'll say, what happened? They're like, well, I still bought 3 properties. I'm like, all right, thank you. Because that means the people called back. They were mad. The offer was too low. That's okay. You figured that out. You talked to them. You adjusted your price. And then you bought some properties anyway. So good questions. Okay. Let's see here. Hey. Good job, Ben. I'm so happy. Just submitted my final approval to O2O, which is offers to owners, to send out my first mailer. Wish me luck. All right, Ben, be ready. Okay, make sure you have your phone on. I want you to answer those calls as much as you can. Please make sure that you have printed out my Jill's inbound land seller call sheet or cheat sheet. And there's a version of it for you and everyone too on our online community on landinvestors.com. If you scroll down on the left-hand side, it says Jill's inbound call seller sheet, and you can open that up. It's a window right there and you can print it out. And it's all the questions that you want to ask these sellers when they're calling back because they've got your offer. And it's a way of making you sound professional, get all the information that you need and not forget anything. And if you do, it happens too. There's going to be a time that you're going to hang up the phone and you're going to go, oh shucks, I totally forgot to ask the guy the APN. I mean, I got all caught up in the size and the city, and I got his name and his email and all the details about his taxes, but shoot, I don't have the APN. I can't go look it up. So that's okay. I use it it's a funny opportunity, a nice thing to call the seller back and just say, hi, Mr. Smith. I forgot to ask this piece of the property. What's the parcel number? Okay. So, and that's what that cheat sheet is for. Good luck. And if you don't know what offers to owners is, one of the tools that we have created over the years is our own direct mail printing company. It's offers to owners. Check it out. Offers in the number 2 owners.com. And it's the fastest, cheapest way to get our offers for purchasing property in the hands of sellers. And we do the mail merge for you. There's no setup fee. We have made it as cheap as possible. It's phenomenal. And we're actually working on making it a little bit less. So It's great. Check that out. Let's see here. While I'm talking about Pro Tools, I'm going to answer a question here that got through to me about our Pro Tools. So can I explain the Pro Tools and why do I need all these? Well, it's one thing to know how to buy and sell land and how to complete the transaction, do a deed and record the deed and the process. But you need access to the data. You need access to cheap mail. You need access to doing your due diligence. You need access to places to look it up and look at the property quickly online and complete deeds. So that's what all the Pro Tools are. And in the beginning, when we did Land Academy in 2015, we just were sharing our business model. And it quickly grew into many members saying, all right, where are you getting your data? Where are you doing your mail? How is all this happening? We need to do this too. You guys obviously are pros and you get it the cheapest and the fastest. Can we get it like you? So Stephen and I became licensed providers or created them for you. And that's what these Pro Tools are. So to check out a list of them, go to landacademy.com and you can find them there. Just to give you an idea, some of the things we provide are for the data, you have nationwide access to RealQuest Pro, which is CoreLogic's the data source for you can just download, tweak it, get as specific as you want, and it's all the assessor data all over the country. Then for doing your due diligence, we provide things like Parcel Fact. That's a site that we created where you can just put in the state, county, APN, property pops right up there for you. They have the ownership information, maps, all, and it's not just the center points too, by the way. You have an outline of the whole property, whether it's 4 corners or 14 edges, it's all right there. We also have Title Pro 24/7. You have full nationwide access to that. And these are some tools too that you can't get on your own. You know, it's designed for title agents. We have access to that and we share that with you. So that one's like, if you've heard of Agent Pro 24/7, a lot of people that use that, Title Pro 24/7 is the same thing, but on steroids. You can pull lien reports and I can do all kinds of things in there. So it's phenomenal. And then going through the process, Deed Perfect to help you do deeds. And then coming up, we're going to bring back Title Mind. So for those transactions where you don't even want to be involved, you want someone else as a coordinator and doing the signing and getting it recorded so you don't have to. And it's not using escrow. We can do it with or without escrow. TitleMind.com is coming back. So those are some of the tools that we do. Let's see. Joe. Hi, Joe. Joe says, aloha, Jill. Is there a system, software, app, CRM that you use to track your acquisitions as they come in, your due diligence, and send to notary, etc.? So, you know, Joe, I will be honest with you. The answer is yes. I have my own internal CRM that we developed back in the 90s that we still use to work properties through the system. We've looked at revamping that and making that available online, but I'll tell you, the amount of money and the time and the cost that would go into that would take us away from what we do from everybody every day, that we had to make a decision. Do we want to be a CRM company or do we want to be Land Academy and House Academy? And we voted for Land Academy and House Academy and getting you what you need. So there are good CRMs out there. I know there's a lot of discussions about that inside of our online community and landinvestors.com. As you're getting started, there's still, as you saw, I showed you a spreadsheet. There's still a lot of things that I'm old school spreadsheet on that I can keep track of my properties just fine. I can move them to a different tab as I'm going through the system. My acquisition's one tab, my engineering's another tab, and then what's sold, it's on another tab. And then it's all in that same worksheet. Saves me a lot of time and I can cram a lot of information in there. So good question. Here's a question that got to me through one of my team. Aaron says, what do you recommend for a newbie with limited funds as far as marketing goes? Where should I start? Everywhere free that you can or inexpensive. If you can, and I'll tell you nowadays, it's not crazy. You could go get your own web domain name and get your website running for hundreds of dollars. I mean, probably if you did it yourself, you could probably do it for under $100 and get it going. So for just a few $100s, you can have somebody else make you a very basic website. You've got to have that. You've got to go and get your social media, get your Facebook, your YouTube, your Twitter accounts, Instagram. As you're creating, and this is stuff that we talk about in the program too, when you're getting your business rolling, your investment company going, you get your name and your website, go get all the social media accounts so you have them ready to go. And you're going to want those when you start posting your property for sale. You're going to put those out on all the social media because that's a great way to market your property. Let's see if I have anything else. I think we're getting through our questions. Let's see if there's any. I'm going to give it a second here and see if there's anything else that pops in. And while I'm waiting, I'll give a couple more minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead right now and just share what I have for you. Okay. So, YouTube viewers, I have two announcements. One is I'm doing a drawing just for you for a free Land Academy program, and it's going to be awarded next Wednesday right here at 4 o'clock Pacific time on YouTube Live. So how do you get in on this? You need to subscribe to our YouTube channel and like this video. Please also leave a comment and use hashtag Land Academy. And then the third step is send an email to my team, support@landacademy.com, with your name and email address so we know that you've done all that. And that's all you have to do. And I did this a couple weeks ago on Facebook Live. If you saw, I had a drawing. I really had names in a hat. And I drew a member, and her name, she's a member now, her name is Dallas. And I drew Dallas's name and showed it to everybody. And she was immediately put into our system and immediately a member of Land Academy. And all the data and everything was turned right on. So that's what I'm going to do for everyone here next Wednesday. I also want to share that we are days, not weeks, away from reopening membership. I know membership right now is temporarily closed. Stephen and I wanted to take a little bit of time in January to kind of make sure our plans for the rest of the year, check our pricing, get a game plan together with all the tools and the things that we're going to introduce. So that's how we close enrollment for a brief time. So it will be reopening very soon. I will say it will be within the next 7 days. So not weeks, just days. How will you be notified? Well, watch social media or watch your email. And if you have if you've downloaded our ebook and you are already receiving my emails, you're in the loop already. If you're not sure, just quickly send a message to my team, support@Land Academy, and they will check for you. So thank you. Oops, I've got a few more. I'm so glad. This is so nice. Oh, thank you. I have a little note from Land Ally saying, thank you for doing this at a later time. My job keeps me from streaming the Facebook show. I'm so glad to hear that, and I'm hoping it would work out this way as well. So thank you. Thank you. I have someone already submitting their hashtag Land Academy. Yay, this is going to be awesome next week. Okay, I have two more that I'm going to fit in here real quick. These are good. What if I find that I need more help after joining? What additional support is there? You know, that's one of the things about Land Academy. Stephen and I are here. We're not going anywhere, and we really are here. And we are committed to making ourselves available to you. So every week on Thursday afternoons, we have closed, I mentioned a minute ago, closed weekly member webinars. And you can ask away. They're recorded for members. They're put on our website in case you can't listen to them live. You can hear them later. And we're here live answering your questions. I'm also here right now. So that's another way. Also, we do consulting. If you want to do some one-on-one consulting with Stephen or I, we are available, and you can find that on our website, landacademy.com. So last thing I'm going to share real quick here is I was so excited to hear about the release of Land Academy 1.0 in your video. Can you explain how this fits in with these existing programs? Yes. So here's what is happening right now. In 2015, Stephen and I created Land Academy, the Cash Flow from Land program. It was phenomenal. As you can see, and you've probably noticed all the members here and the stories that I'm sharing. Holy cow, it's great. Everyone gets it. They're buying and selling land, and now they're needing me to fund them. So at the end of last year, we came out with Land Academy 2.0 because everyone's success was pushing them into bigger dollar amounts and different property types. And the next progression was infill lots. So that's Land Academy 2.0, infill lots. Now we found as we were doing 2.0, we have 1.0 and 2.0, or cash flow from land and 2.0, there's a little gap here that didn't address all the great tools and resources and things that we've added and the new ways that we look at properties and the awesome, easier things that we have to offer now that we need a little bit further explanation. So that is Land Academy 1.0. So Land Academy 1.0, rural vacant land is going in the middle, and that's what's coming out in a few days. So everyone who's watching is already a member. I'm sure on the member dashboard, you are probably staring at a grayed out box, a tile where nothing happens. So that's what's coming in days. And so I'm really, really excited. So that's what that is. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so happy to be here live on YouTube. Does my heart good. Please leave comments and any topic suggestions you have here below in the comments area. And if you haven't done it, get our free ebook. It's not your normal ebook. It really does give you a inside to our business model and tell you what Land Academy is all about. I am Jill DeWit from Land Academy. I'm here to help you get started. That's the hardest part.